What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, stimulus check update, daily news, everything going on here in our country in Washington, D.C., with our economy, money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m. 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. Happy New Year's. We finally made it to 2022, and we can finally push behind 2021. What a year it was. I'm not sure it lived up to what it was supposed to be, leaving 2020 behind. What a year that was. 2020 and 2021 seem to be a blur of kind of the same thing. And we'll have to see if 2022 feels any different than 2020 and 2021 did. Yeah, you can let me know your thoughts if you think it'll feel different. I don't know. So far, this pandemic is just kind of raging on right now, and I don't know. We'll have to see. So far, I think the start of 2022 is going to feel the same, but we'll have to see as we kind of get into it some more. I mean, we have all-time high virus cases right now, and yeah, we'll have to see here. So let's jump right in. We got a lot to cover here for the new year. Happy New Year. Hope your new year is going great so far. I know we're not that far into it, but hopefully it started off well. President Biden has approved Colorado disaster declaration, and as wildfire has destroyed almost 1,000 homes in Colorado. And well, unfortunately, it didn't start off that great for anybody in the Colorado wildfires. President Biden approved a Colorado disaster declaration early today, ordering federal aid to be made available to those impacted by the wildfires that officials fear has destroyed more than 500 homes and closing in on 1,000 here in the Denver suburbs. The aid will be included in federal grants for temporary housing and repairs and loans to cover uninsured property, according to the statement by the White House. The White House also noted that federal funding is available for, quote, hazard mitigation measures statewide, along with money for the state government. Some local governments and private nonprofits doing emergency work in Boulder County. The disaster declaration approval comes days after wildfires ripped through the suburbs northwest of Denver, forcing hundreds of evacuations just before the New Year's. Officials said that 7 people have been injured. No deaths have been reported so far. That is something to be thankful for. The Colorado governor, Jared Polis, says this morning, I am joined by our emergency management experts to inspect the damage caused by the Marshall and Middle Fork fires. This tragedy and the emergency is not over. We will work together to support Coloradans affected by this devastating fire. Yeah, you can see him there. I think he's in a helicopter or a plane, and you can see some of the fires there in that picture. Yeah, a lot of area covered there by the fires, so hopefully they can get that under control. And our thoughts and prayers go out to anybody affected by this. And also, get this could affect some people's internet across the country. White House Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg and the FAA chief have requested a delay in 5G internet rollout over airline concerns that 5G signals could play interference with airlines. This is as of this morning. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg and the administration for the FAA sent a letter addressed to Verizon and AT&T requesting that they delay their rollout of 5G services amid airlines' concerns over flight disruptions. saying, quote, "We ask that your companies continue to pause introducing commercial C-band services for the additional short period of no more than 2 weeks beyond the currently scheduled deployment date of January 5th." Pete Buttigieg and FAA Administrator Steve Dixon wrote to the two companies in a letter dated yesterday. This letter comes one day after Airlines for America, an airline trade group, expressed concerns over AT&T and Verizon's 5G rollout, which is expected to start on January 5th, citing a potential for flight disruptions as a result of 5G rollout technology. An emergency request was filed for the FCC on Thursday. Yeah, so it's interesting. They think it's going to have a potential for flight disruptions. So I'll have to keep you updated on this and what might come of this. Now, if you're still waiting on your 2020 unemployment tax refunds, this is from 2021, but they were retroactive back to 2020. This is the $10,200 unemployment tax refund. They were issued from the third stimulus check package. It's a stimulus provision that made $10,200 of unemployment income tax free. Well, millions of them apparently have been delayed until 2022, which is now. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the IRS is this far behind on a lot of different things. Unemployment tax refunds, regular tax refunds, a lot of people are still waiting on those. Just about anything you can think of. The IRS has issued an update that says that to date, the IRS has issued more than 11.7 million of these to 11.7 million people of these special refunds totaling $14.4 billion. This was a last minute provision added in the third stimulus check package here that Joe Manchin actually had a hand in dealing with at the last minute. When it was announced, it had recently sent 430,000 more refunds, totaling more than $510 million. In that batch of corrections, the average refund was $1,189. The IRS says it has identified more than 16 million taxpayers that might be eligible for the special refund, and they've only issued less than 12 million. So apparently there could be still 4 million more people waiting on these. So if you're one of these 4 million people, my condolences, but the IRS is very far behind. They just don't have enough people. Says here, if you're due a special unemployment tax refund, look out for an IRS letter that will include details of how they adjusted your return. The letter should arrive within 30 days from when the corrections were completed. It will include the refund amount and any overpayment applied to outstanding taxes or other federal or state debts owed if applicable. A new study is out on the new Omicron variant that says symptoms are more mild due to the virus having less lung damage and the way it attacks the lungs. You can see here, Omicron might be milder because it has a less effective way of attacking lung cells, studies say here. You can see here in this graph, see if I can zoom this in here a little bit, the way the Delta variant affects the lungs versus the Omicron variant affects the lungs is less effective. And that could be the reason why. I know I'm probably in the corner there, but this is the Omicron variant and this is the Delta variant. And that could be the reason why Omicron has less symptoms. The problem is right now is they're not entirely sure which one you could catch. And they're not entirely sure what percentage of cases right now are Delta, which one's Omicron. And all the cases are not Omicron right now, and all the cases are not Delta right now. So you really could catch either one. A lot of people could still catch Delta, and a lot of people could still catch Omicron right now. So, uh, yeah, that's the problem right now. It could go either way. The highly transmissible Omicron variant causes milder symptoms for people because it has a less severe impact on the upper respiratory system, according to new research. A consortium of researchers from America and Japan released a study revealing Omicron causes less damaging effects on the lungs, nose, and throat. The study was conducted on mice and hamsters and is under review for publication in the Nature Portfolio Journal. In the study, researchers said Omicron results in a lower viral burden in the animal's upper respiratory systems and is making its viral load and replication in those tracts milder than any other virus variants and is thus less damaging. Of course, I just took a look here and we just broke the record again. Remember, the previous record was 300,000 new cases here in a day, January 8th, 2021. Yesterday, we had 443,000 new cases. Yeah. So we are just obliterating that old record here on a daily basis. You can see our 7-day average is 384,000 new cases. So we're breaking the record every day now. 443,000 new cases yesterday. And the day before was 585,000 new cases. 443 and 585. That's over 1 million people in 1 day, in 2 days, in 48 hours. And the day before that was 543. It's absolutely crazy right now. And remember, this does not include people that get at-home tests because that's not reported to the government. That's not reported to hospitals. So anybody, if you go to CVS, you go to Walmart, you get an at-home test and you test positive, that's not even included in these numbers. So who knows how many people are positive in addition to this? There could be hundreds of thousands of people or millions in addition to this, or people that don't even get tested. So it's just, you can see this spike here. Look at this spike. That bold blue line here, that's the 7-day average, okay? And it is insane. This light blue line here is the these spikes, these blue line spikes. That's the daily number. It's crazy. It's crazy. And now we just had gatherings for New Year's Eve across the country, and you got to think where we're going to be here in a couple days from now. 2022. Let's hope it's better than 2021 and 2020, right? And you got to think with how bad things are getting here when Congress comes back here. I mean, it's New Year's Day, right? When Congress comes back, they're going to have to do something, right? We're going to need more virus funding, more stimulus funding, more stimulus, everything, right? We talk about the child tax credits have expired. There's not going to be a January 15th check, and 60 some million families depend on that. We have millions of people pushing for another stimulus check for adults as well. You got to think about both of those right now with how bad things are. It's at its worst right now. When we think about stimulus check 1, 2, and 3, stimulus package 1, 2, and 3, those were there because of the virus and the pandemic and because of how bad economic conditions were because of the virus. Well, arguably, I don't even know if it's arguably, but the virus is the worst it's been. So you got to kind of put all this into consideration now. Even the Republicans are saying that they realize this. So Republicans and Democrats are going to kind of have to put their heads together and say, what do we need to do now because of how bad this has gotten here, even within the last week or so. Things have really just gone. I mean, you've seen that graph. It just went from like poof. This new variant is just really, it's not quite as deadly, but much more transmissible. It's just way more transmissible, and because of how much it spreads, and we just had that new report that a record number of children are in the hospital because you got to think that yeah, it might not be as deadly, but when it infects so many more people, you gotta think about that. There's so many more people getting infected. It's just you kind of gotta wonder where we're gonna be here in a couple weeks from now. It's going to be crazy. Like, our hospital's going to even have capacity to handle the load here of all these people being infected, you know? And I mean, you got to think about people that are immunocompromised, people that have underlying conditions already, people that are weak, people that are like really elderly, people that are frail, that people that can't handle conditions like this, right? Um, yeah, what a time, man. What a time. So, my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody. You know, everybody dealing with the Colorado wildfires, everybody dealing with this virus. Um, be kind to everybody. Be kind, because we're dealing with a lot here. You know, we're going into a new year. My motto for everybody is be kind and be positive. That's a good New Year's resolution. If you don't have a New Year's resolution, that's a great New Year's resolution for everybody. Be kind and be positive. That's a great place to start for 2022. Let me know your thoughts. So, yeah, I'm going to keep you updated here on a lot going on here into 2022. We got a lot of possibilities. There's the Build Back Better package, and there's also this other stimulus package being called upon by Democratic leaders, Jamal Bowman, basically emergency virus stimulus relief because of exactly what we just talked about. We also have executive orders being called upon. We'll have to see what happens here with that as well. And student loans, debt relief, and we got a lot. We also have rent assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance here, and we have state stimulus checks, state stimulus programs. We got a lot here going on, and I'll keep you up to date here on everything. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so, so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Help us reach our goal of 400,000 subscribers. We're getting very, very close, and I will keep you up to date with everything. You can click here to watch our newest video next, and you can click here to see how to apply for up to 12 months of getting your rent paid with rent assistance, mortgage assistance of up to $80,000, and utility assistance of up to $1,500. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.